What I often tell my passengers at Via Jersey City is the fact that I love the job because right now it's the closest I have to actually driving a bus, albeit with a bunch of minivans. And while New Jersey Transit is not doing as much as they could to be able to help to alleviate traffic in Jersey City, right now, VIA is not necessarily the best, but it's helpful in certain ways. Now, I am not one to discourage against microtransit. In fact, I even mention about it in my book, Raymond Waters' Imagination, which is available on Amazon Kindle for $4.99. It's in the planned community, Powelltown and Grandville, the retirement community. The only thing that has a drawback with regards to microtransit is that in many ways it has to adhere to traffic just like a regular car. Now, what I mean by that is that we're not allowed to drive in bus lanes, we don't get priority signaling. We're basically just driving a car that just has a purple wrap around it, which looks nice, don't get me wrong, but at the same time, there's almost no point into like being in the car that could in some cases go a little bit out of the way than usual and could sometimes make you late for work. Why am I saying this? Because the passengers have often told me this. Now, in the past, I have recommended to other VIA drivers that to look at the map ahead of time to see if it will go a little bit out of the way, and get if you can, call up the next passenger before they get in the van and let them know this may go a little bit more out of the way than usual. You're welcome to cancel the ride to see if you could rebook another van, or probably go probably like take either the bus or the train, preferably the train, in this case Path or the Hudson Bergen Light Rail. And I still recommend it to a degree because sometimes I get passengers, how far is whatever from here, especially if I drop them off a little bit further than their final destination, or so on and so forth. So, I still offer that recommendation. But there are some cases where VIA ends up taking you a little bit out of the way more than usual. Like one of the lines I often like to take care of is often a line where I'm picking up multiple passengers beyond Journal Square along JFK. And by beyond Journal Square, I mean a little bit closer to Secaucus. Now, sometimes I may get passengers that are going to and from that particular location and over towards the Exchange Place area. Like there's one passenger I get at times where she's a nurse at a local hospital in the area, and I end up dropping her off around that particular area. But then again, there are also others where, especially during the morning commute, that tend to stay in the van, and they're heading all the way from JFK to like Grove Street or Exchange Place. Now, in some cases, I get it because of the fact that VIA is 75 cents cheaper than Path, but in other cases, it may seem a little bit more inconvenient to just stay in the van for a long time. A van that I would say use an app that doesn't know how bad traffic can be at times. And when it says it's 15 minutes away, sometimes give it a little extra 10 to 15 minutes. So sometimes, depending on the morning or evening commute, it can take a little bit longer than usual. So one thing that I've told some passengers to try next time is to take VIA up to a transfer point in some cases. Like let's say up to Journal Square, of course, that's where the PATH train is, or to like Liberty State Park, or wherever the light rail could be and stuff. Because let's say you're heading from I don't know, West Side Avenue, further from the light rail station, all the way to Newport. In that case, I would just take VIA up to to the West Side Avenue light rail station, and from there, just take the train. Why? Because the train is not going to be caught up in traffic like a bus or a via van. And in many cases, you'll be able to get to work on time sooner. And let's face it, the train is nicer. And also for certain passengers that may have subscribed to my channel, well, don't worry about not taking Via ever again if it's going to be inconvenience for you for being late for work, because I get paid by the hour. So in a way, like yes, it would be a level of inconvenience with the fact that there wouldn't be as much riders, but at the same time, if there could be a justifiable reason to get to work on time sooner without needing to use your car, because the more cars on the road, the worse traffic can be. If you can be able to get to work on time with using a form of public transportation, that's really all that matters. What are your thoughts on this? Let me know in the comments.